guys, welcome back to my channel. So there's some really exciting news for the potential Xpulse owners. If you do wait, I'm hoping in the next 6 months you will get a brand new Xpulse through by Hero as an option with a 210cc engine producing around 25 horsepower. It's got a good enough torque as well, but I'm not mentioning the torque aspect because I'm pretty sure Hero is going to tweak the engine a bit. And even though I've ridden the 210cc engine in the Karizma, it has good enough bottom end torque, it has good enough top end torque. I mean, it's a pretty flat curve over here, which is perfect for city, for sports riding, for highway cruising. I'm pretty sure the engine would be tuned a bit for our amazing Xpulse because it will be tuned for better bottom end torque, and I'm sure it will be one of the best options in the market if you can wait. That is currently I've owned the Xpulse for more than a year. I made a review on the highway performance as well. There's nothing that I can really complain about the bike except for its engine, and it's not even a complaint. You got to understand this bike is overall packaged at approximately 2 lakh rupees. So whatever you're getting is amazing for 2 lakh rupees. But obviously I was one of the customers who wouldn't mind paying 50,000 more, 80,000 more, 1 lakh more for a better overall product from Hero. And that is exactly what Hero is going to now give our Indian customers, a product that you have the capability of an Xpulse, you have the reliability of a Karizma engine, and the power of the Karizma engine, and then you fuse it, and then you have one of the best, if not the best, entry-level dirt bike in India. The problem is the Xpulse, if you actually see it, it is in its own monopoly. There's really nothing that you can compete with this particular bike. You can't compete it with the V-Storm, even though V-Storm has one of the best engines. It's got a road bias suspension. It's basically got the road biased road suspension. It basically has the GS 150 and the 250 suspension. The rake angle has been changed, so the ground clearance is increased, but you will feel every bump. So that's not a competition, according to me, in a dirt bike arena. The GS has a really good suspension, but it's exorbitantly priced. Or not exorbitantly priced, it's priced decently, but the issue with the GS is, number one, it's a BMW. Number two, it's a BMW, so BMW assumes that people have a lot of money to spend in services, so servicing is an issue. Number three, BMW assumed that they'll just take an engine from the Apache, not refine it from any angle, and place it in its vehicle, the GS range, place it BMW with badge and sell it. Why am I telling you this? Is because I've actually ridden the GS and I found the engine too vibey. I found the engine too crude. I'm not kidding. It's not because I own the Xpulse. I found the Xpulse engine so much smoother. I did not enjoy riding the bike at all. So GS is out of the question. You have the KTM. KTM, for some reason, KTM assumed let's just put a sports bike engine in an adventure tourer and sell it. Nor have they given us the suspension travel that a proper adventure tourer or a dirt bike requires. Nor have they retuned the engine to give it a better bottom end torque. So KTM Adventure again is out of the question. Yes, the 2024-2025 KTM Adventure with the proper dirt bike features is going to come with the updated 400cc, the 399cc, if I'm not mistaken, to be accurate, is going to come. Yes, the 400cc KTM is far better than the earlier KTM, but if they don't retune the engine for it being a dirt bike, I don't see the point. So what I'm saying is every bike that is competing with the Xpulse, may it be 50,000 more or 2 lakh rupee more, it really is missing out on certain things. The Xpulse was also missing out on one thing only, that was the engine. Now, if the engine is taken care of, you are sorted. You have a 25 horsepower engine, which doesn't sound much globally, but for Indian standards, as long as you can ride the Xpulse at 120 constant, 125 constant, I think it's an achievement from Hero's end, because I can't ride her constantly beyond 100, 105. It's kind of boring on the highways, I got to be honest, but that is what it is. So, and actually, this is an idea that people like me have implemented on their previously owned Hero bikes. Let me give you an example. So basically, what I had done with my Impulse is I found the bike to be extremely capable at the time of launch. Obviously, the Xpulse has far better suspension. It's basically an upgrade of Impulse, so it's overall much better. The only thing that I could do with the Impulse at that point of time, when I felt that it's got everything except for the punch, I had done an engine transplant. What I had done is I had placed the top end 21 horsepower, 223cc oil cooled Karizma engine in the bike, converted the fuel injection to carburetor, pipe across, Husqvarna exhaust. I'll have a video on that later. But I have completely changed the engine, I've completely changed the heart of the bike. And now, with the overall dynamics of the bike being a dirt bike, with the punch that you get from a 220cc engine, I think I felt it was worth the effort of changing the engine to create something far more pleasurable, and that is exactly what Hero is going to do for the Xpulse. So there's one more thing you got to understand. It's not like they're just going to put the engine in the current Xpulse. The entire bike is going to be changed. Everything from the chassis to the suspension to the rake angle to the overall bike dynamics to the tire configuration, everything is going to be changed. So I don't know if they're going to name it the Xpulse 210. I'm assuming they're going to do it. But you got to understand, you're going to get an overall amazing bike. So, I mean, hats off to Hero for actually listening to their customers, understanding what is the trend in 2024-25 and getting a bike that suits the current need. 40cc engine. I would have personally preferred the Maverick 440cc engine, which I find it has more characteristics of a Himalayan with the long stroke and the thump, and it just feels good. The Maverick 440cc engine, which obviously the Harley Davidson also use, is relatively simpler as well. It's an oil cooled unit. It's not a liquid cooled unit. But obviously, Hero has their own R&D division. I'm sure they must have heard their customers, taken their feedback, and they felt the Karizma engine will be more preferred in the Xpulse. Another positive point of this change is you got to understand the Karizma engine being in the Karizma at the range of approximately 2 lakh rupees. You're basically competing with bikes that completely outclass you. Say the Pulsar 400. It outclasses you with reference to the suspension, with reference to the riding dynamics, with reference to the power. The Pulsar 400 is a powerhouse. Okay, and it is aimed and targeted at the same target audience that the Karizma is. So now finally the Karizma engine is going to compete in the adventure category where there is technically not much competition. I mean, at best it would be priced at where the V-Storm would be priced, and considering the V-Storm's limitation, as I mentioned, it's not a adventure bike from any angle. I think it will easily capture the market, and I'm pretty sure the waiting period for this bike will be nothing less than 3 to 4 months. So I think it's an amazing step up by Hero, giving us bikes beyond the Hero Honda Splendor and the CD100. Great job, Hero, and I'm looking forward for the launch event as well. Please do invite me. Anyways, guys, thanks for viewing my video till here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.